Hey, it's Tracy here from Music Nation. We're here with the lovely DJ Tuini. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, and we're staying at the lovely Stamford Plaza from the Executive Suite.
Yeah.
Very spoiled. But, so how's your stay so far?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit busy, but enjoying it, yeah.
Yeah, so you're originally from New Zealand?
Yeah, I was born in New Zealand, came over to Australia when I was probably a few months old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I've been there ever since, yeah.
Nice. But it's a lot warmer than...
A lot warmer, yeah.
So you're Queensland's #1 female DJ and reality TV personality on the GC.
Yeah.
So you have a couple of shows to play while you're here in New Zealand?
Yes, I'm playing at Hangar tonight and then the car park, I think it's called, tomorrow night.
Car park bar, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And so where are you from? Like, what's your background for those of you who haven't heard about you?
Yeah, well, my dad is Maori and my mum is just white New Zealander. So, yeah. So I'm half Maori, I guess, yeah.
Okay. So why... so you grew up... I understand you grew up in a musical family. So
Yeah. We my dad was very musical, and so we all played a lot of musical instruments and things like that. There was a lot of guitars and keyboards and things like that around. I actually played the violin up until I was probably about 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so violin, a little bit of keyboard and a little bit of guitar. And then my brothers played drums and guitar and trumpet and a lot of things, yeah.
Cool. Is that like what made you get into DJing?
I kind of fell into it almost. I met some guys that DJ'd and I just kind of, I'd seen them do it and I asked if they could teach me how to do it as well. So they gave me a couple of lessons and then, I practiced a little bit and then I met a club owner that was out while I was out with some of my friends helping them do some promo work. Yeah. And he said, would you like to do a trial? And so I did a trial there and just ended up DJing in clubs. Yeah, it was pretty fast. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, are there a lot of female DJs out there, or is it sort of fairly male dominated?
Well, there's a lot more female DJs than there used to be. It's definitely become more of a popular thing to do. Whereas when I started, there weren't any female DJs around, and it was actually quite difficult because it was a very male dominated industry. So most guys would assume if you came in that you got your job because you're a female and you look good and that kind of thing. So you had to work a lot harder. Yeah, you did have to work a lot harder to kind of, I don't know, like earn your spot. Yeah. But now it's become kind of a cool thing. You get a lot of females that, I don't want to hate on anyone, but you get a lot of females that are, I don't know, they're kind of models and they want
it's cool. And,
so they'll get a DJ name, get a photo shoot, book a few gigs and things like that, and look pretty. Sometimes pre-mix their sets and things like that. And I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but I just think that I don't think necessarily male or female anybody should be going around things the shortcut. I think.
Yeah, but I guess, I mean, you make your mark. I mean, people know if you're legit or you're not. So
exactly.
You will last the long hog or you won't.
Definitely.
So it's, it's one of
definitely.
those things. And it's about who you know in the industry as well.
Yeah, definitely.
To what level you end up in. I mean, what's the best part about DJing?
I think when you get a really, really good crowd that are just really going nuts. It's one of the best feelings when whatever you play and whenever you're performing that people just love it and they're really, really there, It's a really good feeling because the amount of energy that you get from the people that are just loving it, it's the best feeling. It's honestly such a good feeling.
Compared to DJing and playing an actual instrument and being on stage and that sort of thing,
it's different. It's very different. Yeah, it's been a while since I played an instrument, so it's a bit of a pulling the memory bank back there. But it's definitely different. I think when you play musical instruments, there's a love for the instrument, and it's not so much about what people are getting from it, so much as what you're getting from it. Whereas I think with DJing, you've got to perform as such. You've got to give people what they want and stuff like that. And there's good and bad points to both, but I definitely enjoy what I do. Yeah. I've had my bad nights, but,
we all do. Yeah, absolutely. Have you thought about incorporating live instrumentalists or even playing yourself? I mean, live. I don't multitasking.
Yeah. I don't think I personally would. I think they were totally different experiences for me. So I probably personally wouldn't. Although I know that there are some DJs that do, and they've done really well with it. Like I think it's really cool. I respect anybody that does. I think it's a great thing to do. Yeah. But I think that would be a lot for me to try and add on myself. But
Sure. Oh, you never know.
Never know.
So you DJed a lot of celebrity parties. I mean, are they pretty wild?
Yes. It's hard because you don't want to ever say too much because it's almost like an unwritten code of silence with
what goes on tour stays on tour.
Yeah, but it's definitely always they've got to. I guess they work so hard that their partying is a bit next level as well.
Sure.
So
yeah. What's the most crazy experience you've had in your career so far? I mean, working with these type of people. I mean, without giving too much away, but.
It's hard to say. Like, there's been a lot of celebrities and that I've DJ'd with at clubs and things like that. But I think, like, I remember Fat Man Scoop came up one time while I was DJing and started emceeing with me.
Okay.
He gave me a hug and was like, just kept talking to me. And normally most of them are a bit standoffish. Like, they're not trying to be rude, I know that, but like they don't tend to talk to you very much or anything. But yeah, Trey Songz gave me a kiss on the cheek. That was cute. But yeah,
watch my face.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And so what artists actually inspire you? I mean, musicians, DJs, any specific.
Can I actually say, I'm not just trying to go with the flow here, but I actually do love Lorde. Yeah. Like, I know everybody loves her at the moment, but I do love that she's authentic and she's not trying to fit into a mould that most musicians, especially like pop artists her age, would kind of try to fit into. She's got an opinion and she's not afraid to say it. She's happy to have a bit of cellulite and, I just love everything about her. Even her sound's very unique. So
that's sort of the way you think?
Yeah, I think it's good to have people in the industry who stand up for their own beliefs and that kind of thing and aren't just trying to fit in with what everybody else is doing. Like, I think it's important for everybody to have their own opinion and think for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you play music from a set list, or is it more freestyle?
No, I've never written a set list.
Okay.
The only time I ever wrote a set list was when I had a couple of my music case with me, and the airline lost one of the bags, so that was half of it. So I had a very limited amount of music to work with, so I really had to write down. So I would make the time set that I had to, but other than that, I've never written a set list. It never works for me. Like, I need to be reading what the crowd's doing. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. So it's probably important. Like, I think a lot of musicians tend to do that, and I think it's really important you could have that interaction.
Yeah, you definitely, because if something's not working, you have to be able to change. If you keep going, you're going to lose everyone.
But no, wait, I've got this next song.
Yeah.
No. Now react.
Just wait. Yeah.
Look at me here.
Yeah.
It's all about me, no. So do you still use vinyl records?
No, I don't. I know how to use records in terms of Serato. I don't know if you have heard of Serato. Well, Serato, like, I know how to use it, but no, I don't use it myself. Okay. I just don't really want to carry around laptop and vinyls and things like that.
Fair enough.
So
you're a girl, man.
Yeah.
You need a team of
it's hard with a bit with heels and
exactly. So are you we'll go with the GC. I mean, are you enjoying working on the GC? Obviously.
Well, yeah, GC's, it's interesting. Television's a whole different experience. It's very, very full on, and there's a lot that goes on with it. Yeah. And it's even coming to New Zealand after, like, while it's airing and after it's finished airing and things like that. We don't see it in Australia. It's not. It did air in Australia season 1, but it wasn't a big deal. So it's weird coming over here and you're eating lunch somewhere and people are staring at you, and then somebody will eventually ask for a photo. And
that's cool though.
It is nice. I love when people want to talk to me and things like that, but it just feels weird compared to what I'm used to, I guess.
Something you'll have to get used to, I'm sure. So you're quite inspirational for young girls wanting to get into DJing. I mean, what sort of advice would you give them?
Oh gosh,
from your experience.
Yeah, that's a hard one actually. I think I would just say to them to really work hard. You really have to know that have decided on what you want to do. You kind of need to have a goal and continue to work towards it, because it can get quite tiring. Like, it's a very intense industry, and even though there are a lot of females now, it's still very much a male dominated industry. So it's very easy to get tired. Like, I think you have to know where you're headed and can continue to work towards it, and like
twice as hard. No?
Yeah, you've got to keep refreshing what you want to do, where you want to get to, so that you don't forget. Yeah.
Cool. So, what are your plans for 2014? What's the big plan?
Gosh, I want to do a lot. I want to do a lot in New Zealand. There's a few things that I definitely want to do, but I probably can't say until I've actually sorted it out. But I definitely want to get involved in a lot more stuff in New Zealand. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh gosh, I wish I had some more actual concrete things to tell you. But a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff.
In the plan.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the works, but I kind of have to, actually sort them out before I can make them concrete.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. So we've got a couple of quickfire questions. These are just random questions. Yeah. Well, random. So these are really quick and easy. Okay. Champagne or beer?
Champagne.
Of course. Channing Tatum or Ryan Gosling?
Channing Tatum. I don't get the obsession with Ryan Gosling.
No, neither do I. I like
Thank
Channing.
you.
All
Thank
the way.
you. Yes, Channing.
TV or YouTube?
TV.
Okay. Sneakers or high heels?
Sneakers.
Yeah. I thought she was going to say high heels.
No, because I'm tall.
You're
so
on your feet all night too, I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Unless you get off the stage, you're fine. Change to high heels after that?
No.
Sneakers.
High heels I'll wear for a gig, but then sneakers I prefer. Yeah.
Okay, so comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Okay.
Oh, can't do horror.
No? Okay. Coffee or Red Bull?
Oh, Red Bull.
Red Bull?
I have to say Red Bull, yeah.
Sponsorship? No, joking.
Red Bull.
Marmite or Vegemite?
Marmite.
Yeah, because I thought it was Vegemite as an Australian one.
Vegemite's Australian, but I've never liked it. We grew up on Marmite or Promite. Yeah.
Promite, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Promite's very similar to Marmite.
Is it? Okay.
Vegemite's a bit much for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So is there anything else you wanted to let your fans know, apart from you're playing, it would let you know again, were you playing at the Hangar Bar?
Yes, Hangar and car park. I don't know.
So you're going to come back anytime soon, next few months? Or?
Yes, I think we're looking at April.
Okay.
So I should be back a fair few times, hopefully.
Cool,
yeah.
Cool. And so you've got a website?
Oh, I've got a fan page, that's facebook.com/djtuini.australia.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And so where can we purchase any of your sort of...
I've got mixes on SoundCloud. Yeah. I did do a Pump It CD that's very dance. If anybody is into dance music, that's Pump It CD Volume 8, I think it was. It's quite a big mix that comes out regularly. But that one's available on iTunes. Other than that, I've got small mixes on SoundCloud, on my SoundCloud. So yeah,
yay, exciting! No, look. Thanks so much for meeting with us today.
That's all right. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
No worries. And good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. And we'll hopefully catch up with you again when you're back.
Yes, definitely. That would be great.
Thanks
Thank
again.
Thank you.
It's Tracy from Music Nation, DJ Tuini. We'll see you next time.
Sounds to launch 1,000 new songs. Increasing as a record.